Welcome back. Omaxe is on our radar. The Realty recently bagged a 50-acre project from Delhi Development Authority to develop a sports complex and a retail space. The overall investment value is seen at 2,100 crore. We are joined by the CFO and Director of Finance of the company, Mr. Atul Banshal, on the show now. Morning, and thanks so much for joining in. This is Rima here. Could you tell us a little bit more about the revenue potential? How much will you be able to generate? And what's going to be the contribution of DDA? What will be your contribution, equity, debt? Just give us the big picture.
Good morning, Rima. See, this project is basically a PPP project. We got the allotment from DDA after a bidding process. And in this, we have to build a cricket stadium, a sports facility, and in turn, we'll get area to develop retail. So the retail is our commercial play, which will fund my entire stadium and other facility that we will create. It's in a prime location in Dwarka where all the infra focus is there. We are coming up with conventions. The government is coming with a convention center. A lot of new built up. All the diplomatic enclave is shifting there. So there it's a pure. We are not raising any fund for this because capital outflow initially is not much. All the building and construction cost we expect around 2,100 crore to spend, and the entire amount will be funded through internal cash flow from the project only. So, it is definitely a big market project for us, big branding boost for us, and particularly on an infra side where we are primarily a real estate player, but getting into infra and contributing on a sports side is definitely a big step for us.
All right. Hi, Mr. Banshal. Good morning and thanks for joining us. This is Pavitra. So you said 2,100 crores all through internal accruals. But what is the kind of timeline for implementing this? And also, like Rima was asking, what is the revenue potential that you see from this project? If you can help us with some numbers here.
We only get to build around 7 lakh square feet of retail area. And Dwarka currently seeing the market potential, we expect that apart from construction cost, we definitely are going to get a similar kind of revenue as a surplus from this project.
What's the revenue surplus?
So we expect at least we'll get a 50% EBITDA margin out of this project. So this is just an expectation, just the initial outlay, expectation that we have. So numbers is still we can't disclose much because we have not disclosed to given the numbers to stock exchange. So we're just trying to be conservative on this.
Saying 50% EBITDA margin, what is the revenue potential that you see from this?
So there we see at least 3,000 to 3,500 crore rupees of net revenue from this project. And after construction costs, we expect we'll be definitely with surplus of more than 1,000 crores on this.
Okay. Hi, Atul. Morning. The bigger long-term positive is the 2-notch credit rating upgrade that you have got from CARE, because now you have moved to the BBB band, right? What will this mean for you in terms of financing? Will things get easier? What is the rate you're paying now? How much do you think it might improve? And how will it help your current debt situation?
So honestly, it is a big boost for us in terms of financing. We have not raised any debt in last 3 years, except we got a funding from Varde Partners, one of the US largest PE fund. So they invested 440 crores recently in us, and seeing our numbers, we see that current other than Varde, our debt is around in a range of 14 to 15%, which is slightly much higher than what we generally raised from market earlier. So we expect at least 200 basis points of saving on our financing with immediate effect, and going forward definitely will be in a much lower band.
What's the absolute debt?
My absolute debt is 950, including Varde Partners. So other than Varde Partners, we have a debt of around 600 odd crores.
Okay, got that. Sir, if you can also take us through what is the pipeline looking like now, what are the other orders, and what is the launch pipeline looking like for all of FY23?
So this year we have around 7 projects which is lined up for launching. Primarily into Delhi, we have got another PPP project in Crore, another very prime commercial hub in Delhi. So we got this allotment from MCD. So that we are launching this year. We'll be launching Dwarka by end of this year, by end of this financial year. Apart from that, we have one project lined up in Lucknow, one in Chandigarh, and one in Indore. We are acquiring some land in Ludhiana, so there will be again a market for us to launch. Indore and Ujjain, we treated as twin city, so Ujjain also will be launching this year.
Okay. Can you give us a sense of the quarterly run rate that you're doing in terms of sales and volume? I mean, since you don't report it separately, if you can give us a trend line.
So, this financial year, we expect to touch sales of roughly around, I'll say, 2,000 odd crores this financial year. Year on year, generally, we used to have sales of 2,000 crores, except for last year, we had a little lower numbers, which we reported in our annual report as well. But this year, we expecting to increase from last year, and we'll definitely will be 2,000 crore plus surplus this year.
You're saying the revenue this year will be 2,000 crore?
No, not in terms of revenue. See, real estate revenue is a very different numbers than what you actually sell. So these are the sales numbers. Revenue on the balance sheet are different because that is purely dependent on your completion method, because we moved from percentage of completion to completed contract method. So that number will be different than what we actually sell.
Okay, just one final word. This 3,000 to 3,000 crore of revenues that you expect to generate from this Dwarka project with DDA, how much of that will you have to share in terms of revenues to the Delhi Development Authority?
We don't have to share the revenue.
Okay.
Our model is we have to build the sports infra and hand over to DDA after certain years. And we'll be, this retail area will be ours and we'll be selling it to our customers.
So then how have you arrived at a potential generation of revenues of 3,500?
Yeah, 3,500 is a potential generation from revenue from this. Because sports operational income we are not counting right now.
Okay.
Our purpose is to fund this entire project through our sales revenue of commercial and then operate it for 30 years. We want to definitely help, a lot of new teams which are coming up. Also, the local sports, adding to local sports facility. So that is our purpose right now. We are not here to make earn out of this sports infra.
So my question is, you will build a sports facility and you will hand it over to DDA. On that, you're not making any money, right?
No, so I will hand it over to DDA after 30 years. So 30 years, I have right to operate, run, and this facility, entire sports facility. So that revenue definitely will be there because a lot of IPL teams are there looking for facilities here, and we just have one stadium in entire Delhi. So this definitely will help. But right now, we're not counting that as a revenue in a revenue model of ours. Our purpose is more to...
So this 3 to 3,500 crore of revenues, will it spread over how many years?
So it will, from this project, it will come in 3 years. But this is what we expect. It will come in
retail operations?
Yes, retail operations.
In 3 years, over a period of 3 years? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Mr. Banshal, for joining in. That's Omaxe for you. Get into a break. We'll get you more on the markets on the other side.